Yay! Hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm a proud adoptee. This is my favorite story to tell. I've been telling it, honestly, since I can remember. I have always known I was adopted. I've had a strong sense of being proud of my story, and I owe that a lot to my adoptive parents, because from the time I was born, they were telling me I was adopted. They were telling me my birth mom was a hero in our family for allowing us to be together and for giving me this family and this gift. From a young age, I immediately stepped into this role of being an advocate. I loved informing other people about my story, telling them about my birth mom and how adoption is really cool. And it wasn't until middle school where I started kind of hitting some pushback of miscommunication when it came to adoption. And I had a little boy come up to me and say, "I'm so sorry, I heard you were adopted." And I said, "Well, you do not have to tell me that you're sorry, because I actually really love it." And it was at that point where I realized that not everybody has a joyful experience through adoption as I have had, but everyone has a story that can be used to educate others. And I think that is so powerful. No matter what our stories of adoption look like, we get to tell them. We get to take power of that and say it. Even as little kids, we get to share that story and impact other people. It inspires many to feel confident to tell their story, and it inspires a lot to sit back and realize I can have a direct impact on a child's life as well. So I made it my platform, and now, this past year when I was competing for Miss Oklahoma, telling my story in front of judges, in front of thousands in the audience, I got the opportunity to win Miss Oklahoma. And now stepping into this job with this platform, I've realized I not only have the opportunity to tell Oklahoma, I have the opportunity to tell my story on a national stage at Miss America in January. And I think it opens the door for a lot of other people to step up and tell their story as well. I think an important part to remember as an adoptee is that most of the time, if not all the time, we did not get to choose our circumstance. And that goes for everyone, even if they're not an adoptee. There are certain things you were born into that you did not get to pick for yourself. And that's just a part of being human and being alive on this earth. But what you do get to do is realize that you have the power to decide how your story impacts yourself, how it impacts those around you, and how you will use it to project yourself into the future. Since I have reunified with my birth mom, it has opened my eyes to a lot of different situations that women face when experiencing an unplanned pregnancy. And I've kind of learned that although I'm really good at telling my story is here because of my birth mom's story and my adoptive parents' story. It took all of those pieces to set me on this track for life. I think I've always just valued the decision that she made. I didn't doubt it. I knew that she had put a lot of thought into it and that she loved me enough to make a hard decision. A lot of people have asked my adoptive parents, do they feel threatened in any way by my relationship with my birth mom? And the answer is no. Because there is room in my heart to love more than one person. My parents have given me the world, but Tammy made the decision first. My birth mom was the factor that set off all of our family growth and all of our family opportunities. And so because of that, I love her in a different way than I love my parents. Not less than, not greater than, just in a different way. The beautiful thing about telling my story is that people feel really comfortable to come up and tell me their own. Listen to other people's story, be encouraged by them, maybe take some tips and advice, but don't compare the two situations, because just like all of us, our stories are so different, and we also need different ways to navigate them. I think that when you're bringing the topic of adoption into a discussion, I love to lead with questions, having people ask me their questions and not being offended by anything they ask. Because truly, I don't think you truly understand something until you're in it. And so I love being an available resource to people where, you don't have to have polished questions. They don't have to be necessarily appropriate. You can just ask me the questions that you're thinking, even if you think they're going to be offensive, because I want to be the outlet for someone to ask those hard questions and to navigate what it truly means to be an adoptee and to be proud of your adoption story. And as Lauren Frost, as Miss Oklahoma, going to Miss America, my mission in life is to let people know that adoption is an option, and it's a really good option. That doesn't mean it's not hard, and it doesn't have its sad moments or grieving moments. I can't imagine the decisions you have to make and the feelings you have to go through. But I'm living proof that it can be a really good option for people. Being adopted for me is like knowing that my eyes are hazel or my hair is brown. It is a fact about me that I have known forever, and I'm so proud of it. You don't have to look at people who are adopted differently than you. They just have another piece of their story. Adoption is just another way to form a family. It's what my parents chose to do, and it's just a part of who I am. It's like my name.